Dillon, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
Good, good. I want to ask, with 3 weeks left or 3 games left in the regular season, what sort of things are you kind of looking to continue to improve on over the next month or so?
First off, this week, tempo, just, going into it prepared, ready to go, and just mentally focused on this week and this week only. I think that's, big in itself. Not looking too far ahead at anything and just controlling what I can control and what we can control is just focus on, this week at hand. So
Dillon, now that you're in the latter half of your sophomore year, are there some areas in your game where you can see that you made a big jump or you've improved on, maybe looking back to your freshman year? How are you better, I guess, in your sophomore year than maybe you were as a freshman?
I think I just feel more prepared and then also just a lot more comfortable with the game itself, the flow of the game and just everything in itself, even to the small things, like warming up and getting ready for like just literally every small little bit of everything. I feel a lot more comfortable with, and that's the biggest part for me.
Dillon, this team is obviously coming off a couple of nice wins and a couple of wins in which the offense was varied and versatile and balanced, through the air and on the ground. So when the offense is performing this well, what do you spend the bye week working on specifically? What little things are there to tune up specifically?
I think there's a bunch to tune up, whether it's, just being very nitpicky on, footwork, at least for me, and then also continue to be accurate and then continue to just, put the guys in good position, to catch easy balls. So for me, there's definitely a lot to work on. And then just as a group, just continue to stay focused, continue to be motivated, and then continue to, come out every single day with the dog mentality. So
Dillon, what have you seen on Jalen Robinson's performance? Obviously, this year's been pretty stellar. What have you kind of seen from him, not just on the field, but off the field as well, stepping into that role?
We're really close, me and Jay Flash. Spent a lot of time with him just during the summer, but also last year we were really close. So our relationship has grown, and he's my brother for sure, and I'm proud of him. But we always keep each other, that competitive juice is flowing. Continue to push each other to be great, and I think with that, it's a very healthy relationship in order to keep pushing ourselves and continue to hold each other accountable when one might not feel motivated to go. So me and Jay Flash are really close, and yeah.
Dillon, I know you can't change how the schedule's laid out with bye weeks and whatnot, but how did you feel about the second bye week? Would you rather play the game, I guess, or is this a bye week that maybe you guys needed? How did you kind of feel about this second bye week?
I think it's really good for the body and then also the mind, just getting away from it for a little bit. But man, it's the season flow. I want to play as much games as we can and continue to do so. So the bye week was fast. I'm glad, we're back in game week, and all I'm focused about is tempo, and we'll have a good week of preparation, and then we'll go into it. So.
Dylan, we've heard a lot from you guys this year about you guys having to adapt to different defenses, usually in game, seeing things you didn't see on film that defenses throw at you, and you guys adapt to it well. So what makes that possible, the ability to adapt in game, and then what can you say about how pleased you are at your ability to do that?
I think it's just one thing is the biggest thing is accepting that you might get something that you haven't prepared for. So being comfortable with that. But also we've had many games within the past 2 years of just completely different looks, and you have to adapt. There's it's game time. You can't just be like, oh, what's going to happen. So we adapt pretty well, but it's continue to go out there and whatever they come out and be confident in what we do. So I think our guys do a very good job at that. And then likewise, in-game adjustments is something, we're just used to now just because of all the different looks. So,
Dillon, you talked about that bye week. What have you been able to do away from the game of football? And what have you done maybe to kind of relax a little bit with the way the season's kind of played out?
In the game of football, just being super nitpicky with myself, whether it's footwork, choosing something every single day to get better at. And then outside of football, just really getting away from it, spending more time with my brother, and then just, getting some time away, either going on walks or just relaxing because, I know as I guess from last week, this week, I knew I was going to be, in the building all day and just preparing a bunch. So I like to get away. I like to relax and really not even think about football. So